Hi, I'm Chloe with your main news. Today is Friday, October 23rd. Report cards will be handed out today in 9th period. Next Thursday, October 29th, is Halloween dress-up day. More information will be released throughout the week. Seniors, please send in your FAFSA and EFC report to Mrs. Falcone.
And I'm Callie with your sports. Last Friday, our football team won against Racine Southern 28-21. Good job, boys. If you're playing basketball, you need to have your physical in by the 30th. Varsity volleyball had their sectional game on Saturday versus Tuscarawas Central Catholic. They lost 0-3.
Hi, I'm Heather Dawson. We had the chance to interview Mr. Ripley regarding the construction at Perkins Field. Here is Sarah Bloom with Mr. Ripley.
It has been a little over 3.5 years since the Bridgeport Bulldogs were able to play on their home field. Today I will be interviewing Superintendent Brent Ripley about the construction on Perkins Field. What are we doing to make it possible to play at the football field?
Well, last year we did a flood study, which gave the Board of Education the go-ahead to go ahead and do some studies down there, and it approved Perkins Field for us to go ahead and build. So presently what we are doing is we are doing some soil work. We'll be having bleachers installed here in a couple weeks. We're going to be doing some asphalt work, concrete under the bleachers. There's some drainage improvements and so on. So we will be ready to go by next year unless there's a natural disaster.
What will the layout of the field be?
So we're sticking with our natural grass. We've increased some drainage along the front side of the home bleachers, and then the bleachers are going to be built so we can support and fit about 1,001 people in the bleachers. There'll be handicap access to the bleachers, and people will also be able to access the entrance to the bleachers from underneath. We're going to go ahead and redo some of the blacktop that's out near the field house and in front of the bleachers, kind of clean it up a little bit. And in addition, we're going to do some fencing upgrades as well as some concrete around the fencing just to make it easier to mow around. And we're just upgrading Perkins Field for hopefully the next 100 years.
What is the estimated time the construction will take, and what year do you think we'll be able to play at the field?
So our hope is to have the field work and the bleachers done by December of this year. And then in the spring, at the end of February, we are going to go ahead and start the field house work, and we should be good to go by next season. Our reason for delaying the field house is so that we didn't have to move the wrestlers out of their practice area. We wanted them to be home while they had practice this season.
What are the plans for the concession stands?
So the Board of Education's plans for the concession stand is to purchase a pull-behind trailer, kind of like a food service trailer, that we can get into Perkins Field and out of Perkins Field very quickly just in case it floods. This portable concession stand will also let different groups within the school be able to take that to different events. Let's say they want to go to the Belmont County Fair and sell something. That group could take the portable concession stand out and utilize that to make money for their group.
What material will be used to construct the grandstand to prevent future damage?
So one of the things we had to do as a Board of Education, we did in the flood study, the study showed that 15 feet below the soil there was groundwater, which kind of solidifies why the Board of Education had to demolish the old grandstands. So what we're doing to prevent that is we're putting some concrete bases that are reinforced with steel. They're about 4 feet underneath the soil, and then those will connect to the galvanized steel bleachers underneath, and then the top of the bleachers will be aluminum. The reason we went with aluminum because it's a little bit lighter, things pass through easier, and the walkways underneath the bleachers will allow the, we'll say, any kind of debris to flow in and out if the field would happen to flood.
Will there be any preventative measures taken to avoid flooding?
Yes, we've increased some drainage along the front of the field, and the 2 catch basins right in front of the front entrance of Perkins have been opened up so that that water that comes down from Brookside and from the rainwater, of course, will flow into the creek a little bit smoother and quicker.
Will there be a press box added onto the stands?
Yes, there is a press box. It will accommodate all of the people that announce the game, do the score clock, your visiting and home coaches that are up in the press box, and it's also going to have a top portion where you can take what's called a captain's ladder up to the top of the press box and do taping or viewing.
Will the grandstands have a rain cover like the old one had, or will it be completely open?
You know, unfortunately, the cost for the rain cover was about $500,000 to $600,000. So the Board of Education and I and the Stadium Committee opted out of putting a cover in at this time, just due to the amount of money it would take to have that put in there.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
You know, I want to thank the students for their patience. Being without a field for 3 years is difficult. So all those freshmen that entered and played away games for the past 3 years, their senior year will finally have their home stadium back to play. And for those students that didn't have their home stadium, you know, I do apologize. We've been working very hard, but we're thankful to be returning home next year and looking forward to good seasons from our band, our cheerleaders, and the football team.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Lexi with your lunch. Today for lunch will be a chicken fajita, oven fries, carrots, banana, and milk. Hello, I'm Lexi with your weather. Today will be a high of 76 and a low of 55. Partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. Tomorrow will be a high of 65 and a low of 46. Overcast with a 60% chance of rain. And Sunday will be a high of 58 and a low of 51. Mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain. Have a great weekend, Bridgeport.
Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back. 'Cause with all that has happened, I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the evening falls and I'm left